So welcome to today's Greater Life CoffeeCast, and today's episode on the pillar of home. I share not from a place of something that I'm really good at or have really got locked down and benefiting from, more from something that I have known in spurts, in fits and starts, and have experienced the profound benefit, yet have not yet actually managed to lock down fully for myself as consistently as I would like. And I'm referring here to the idea of bookending your day. And while a lot of people might talk about morning routines, less people talk about evening routines and about having some kind of wind down, sleep focused routine to ensure that they end their day as effectively as they start their day. And of course, those two things are linked, because the more effectively you end your day, then the more likely you are to be able to wake up and action whatever your morning routine may be. And there's also been a lot of talk of late, particularly among the kind of tribe of entrepreneurial folk who follow Alex Hormozy, who are like, screw morning routines, just do the work, right? And that can be sound advice. And yet on some level also to recognise that, I think, where Alex Hormozy says, my morning routine is grab a cup of coffee and start work. Well, and he's kind of playing up the idea that he doesn't have a morning routine. Well, actually, no, that is a morning routine. Grab a cup of coffee, start work is still a routine. If that's what you do every day, that's a routine. Okay? So, to recognise that actually the thing here that is key is to find your, and I am in the process of finding my, answer to the following. What is going to help me to show up for myself and others in the most powerful and loving possible way today? And when I look at the times in which I really am on top of my game, there are some common themes and factors that are present. One is some small way of being out of breath and sweating. If I've done that first thing in the morning, then usually my capacity to focus is much greater throughout the day. And we know through the kind of the research around ADHD that there's probably a reason why that might be for me. As someone with ADHD, strenuous exercise is one of the go-tos, okay, in terms of supporting that non-medical route of focus. And there's also a couple of others. One is taking the time for me to do some kind of centering and grounding practice. It's a very good thing for me to take a small amount of time to slow down in the mornings so that I can then accelerate. Whereas if I just start on, fast mode, typically I may spin my wheels throughout the day more than actually being more laser focused and getting more done in a really directed way. And when it comes to the kind of the end of the day, I've really benefited from even a minimal amount of stretching, even just putting my legs up against the wall, just stretching out my hamstrings, through to some kind of, deeper stretch yoga routine, has really supported me, as has making sure that I actually put the phone down. I've noticed recently that I've not done that, and I've kind of ended up in some kind of semi-research scroll hole until, 11:30, 12 o'clock. And especially when I've got my children, that's not a good recipe for long-term sustained energy, because my mornings are fairly dictated. There's a certain time where I have to be up. So honouring myself by putting my phone down and making sure that by 10:30, 11, I'm walking up the stairs is a really good practice for me. And so, I ask you, what are some of those, if you don't have really well-defined bookends for your day, then what are some elements that have helped you in the past where you've noticed, I've been on it the last few days. What was present in either your morning or evening that meant you were on it? And there's some really simple things that I can sprinkle in to give you some ideas. Like, one could be, do you take a moment to just greet the sun in some way? And for me also, there is a regular practice of getting my bare feet on the ground. And quite often in the mornings, I'll just walk out into the garden, just say hello to the sun, just put my bare feet on the ground, particularly throughout spring, summer and autumn when my garden is needing tending to. That could be when I will water my garden as well. Just a moment to slow down and be with my plants. So what are some of those little moments? And it could even be that you incorporate listening to this CoffeeCast while you make your coffee as part of your morning routine, and maybe taking 10, 15 minutes to just do some journaling on whatever comes up. Okay? All of these are options. And the overarching principle is to be intentional about our day. And one of the reasons why this is so important is I've shared in short videos before this idea of the importance of being shepherded, of actually allowing ourselves to enter into a co-creative relationship with whatever you want to call, like whether you want to call it love or God or energy, that there is an underlying energy field that responds to our consciousness and will place opportunities upon our path. And one of the most important elements of any day is being able to create and cultivate the space to be able to tune in and hear the guidance that is available. And whether that be part of how you maybe close your day down and just tune into guidance for the day to come, maybe through a gratitude practice, or in the morning just taking some time to tune into, whilst I've got all this other stuff on my to-do list, what is my soul guiding me towards? What is the prompting from the universe also to be included in this day? And that actually the successful by any measure, be that financial, emotional, spiritual, the really successful people that I know allow themselves to be guided in that way, to co-create with life. And so that is the ultimate vision here, is that as we build our bookends for our day, we are effectively creating a container. And you can almost envisage like two hands coming together in a cup shape, right? Those are the two bookends of the day, the morning and the evening. We are creating a container through which the co-creative relationship that we have with life may play out. Okay, so today and going forward, what could you do to strengthen or begin to build powerful bookends for your day? All right.